Hello everybody, welcome to a nearly Christmas Eve broadcast. So tonight we're going to be playing a little bit of Grixis Death Shadow. We've been playing Grixis Delver the last couple times, so as a frame of reference I wanted to play one of the latest versions of Grixis Death Shadow. One of the bigger trends right now with the deck is the migration to Opt and Temur Battle Rage. So we're going to be playing a little bit of part of the Grinch, the deck that everybody kind of knows exists. I guess Storm might be worst version of the Grinch, but yeah. What's up, Darius? How have you been? Playing some Ops tonight instead of 4 Serum Visions, and then playing a couple of Temur Battle Rages in the main deck as opposed to some of the more removal heavy versions that were originally around. The Culligan's commands moved to the sideboard, and beyond that, the deck is pretty standard. Death Shadow doing Death Shadow things. Well, that's good. Been a bit since I've seen you. How have you been? What you been up to? Alright, so hope everyone has a good holiday out there, Christmas if you celebrate it, or other holidays. So, I'd like to play first, always want to play first. Wow. 4 weeks no school? That's kind of interesting. Alright, so our hand is... yeah, Sand's a keep. A little bit risky, but... go ahead and get our watery grave here. Well, that's cool. Cycle Street Wraith on the off chance we hit a discard spell. We do not, so we'll just cast Opt at our opponent's end step. Plains go. Well, there are a couple of decks that could be playing Plains go. Don't think anything for new Planeswalker Christmas time. Yeah. Definitely top Death Shadow here. So I think we go and get our second watery grave here, put us to 12. Go ahead and play out a turn 2 Death Shadow. If our opponent wants to path this, that's kind of okay, I guess. Gives us mana to do whatever. Mono whites with no plays. Okay, I'm confused. Yeah, I think Stubborn Denial is about what we're looking for here. Bloodstained Mire with nothing to fetch, other than I think Swamp, so let's play out Steam Vents here. Should have shocked ourselves, but I hit the no button for some reason. So our punt counter is at 1. Is this Blood Moon time? Feels like a Blood Moon coming down here. Sure, I'll let the tutor resolve. Ruined Halo. That's an interesting one. You have an XX equal to your life. Opponent has a card that is black and only needs 4 mana, and they are running a life deck. So our opponent should be at a lot lower life total, and we should have a fierce stubborn denial, but we do not, so hopefully they brick on a land. Ruined Halo, get that out of here. If you have another Simian Spirit Guide, go for it. Opponents looks like they're playing the all-white enchantment deck, so go get our next turn, give it indestructible. Not sure, honestly, which card you're talking about. XX life. They are running a life gain deck. Next turn, give it indestructible. Opponent concedes. Despite our punting, our opponent concedes. Alright. So, I presume our opponent is on the probably want engineered explosives. There's a chance our opponent is on Blood Moon, so probably want Liliana's of the Veil here. Fatal Pushes are probably garbage, be my guess. Beyond that, what else do we want to cut? Probably terminate and dismember. Try it like this. So I presume our opponent is on the red-white enchantment-based deck. So next turn, give it indestructible. You guys play some very interesting matches. Alright, I mean, we'll keep this. Alright. So pass to our opponent here. Gotta keep an eye on these Lotus Blooms. Peace of Mind. Huh. Guess we gotta let that resolve. It's an interesting one. Go ahead and get a Steam Vents here, because I can still fetch basic Island next turn. Cast Thought Scour. Pluto Delta and Inquisition. Tassiger and Tassiger. Pass. Love to draw a Stubborn Denial or something in the next couple turns. Or actually, next turn cycle. Alright, Gurmag Angler. Presuming our opponent will have their Enduring Ideal here. Go get the island. Cast Opt here. So we'll know if we're bottom that. Thoughtseize, that would have been a great card to draw during our main phase. Problem is, if they just cast Enduring Ideal here, we're really up Ruined Halo. Yeah, Ruined Halo's annoying, but it's whatever. Yeah, there's a lot of different good green and red decks out there. Depends on what type you're after. Do you like really aggressive decks? Do you like mid-range decks with big creatures? Well, let's start by casting Thoughtseize. See what our opponent shows us over there. Ruined Halo, Enduring Ideal, Enduring Ideal. Well, that's quite the hand. Do-do-do. See if we hit, like, Stubborn Denial or something here. Street Wraith. Alright. Snapcaster. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. Don't know that we're going to win this game, but we're certainly going to try. If our opponent just goes for the jam here, then for Tweezy for the auto host. Thank you. Big creatures with lifelink. There are some creatures with lifelink. I think most of the lifelink creatures are in white or black. So gotcha. Is our opponent just going to flake out and not actually cast Enduring Ideal here? Recast Thoughtseize here. This So the opponent's hand is Enduring Ideal, Enduring Ideal, and Unknown. Overwhelming Splendor, huh? Pass. Opponent's got to go for it now, but I have no idea what they would even get. So, might be some consideration to bringing in like Kolaghan's Command here. Sure, resolves. Not much I can do here. Board copies of Stubborn Denial, and we did not see them. They have another copy of Overwhelming Splendor in their deck, or what are they going for here? Form of a dragon. Creatures without flying can attack you. Yep, that's pretty much game. Alright. Alright. See you later, Darius. Alright. Nothing like playing against a deck that if you have one Stubborn Denial, the game's over, but alas, we didn't see one, so... Alright. I don't think there's anything... maybe Disdainful Strokes, now that Enduring Ideal makes sense. Beyond that, welcome back. Maybe the Lilianas are just too cute. I need the Engineered Explosives to free up some of my threats in case they get too many Rune Halo stuff. So, I think it's just Liliana here. Having the Disdainful Strokes for their Enduring Ideals as additional counter spells. Alright, let's see what we got here. So, have Basic Island, have Thoughtseize, have Death Shadow. Hopefully they don't have like Leyline here. This would kind of invalidate this hand. Of course they have Leyline. Why do I say this stuff to myself? And I just skipped my own first turn. I'm doing good. Lotus Bloom. Alright, so we draw a basic Swamp. Yeah, I've heard of Mistcutter Hydra. It's a pretty good card. So I have nothing I want to Thoughtseize right now, so... Opponent, of course, has the Leyline, so there's only so much we can do here. Peace of Mind, okay. Disdainful Strokes, not a bad card here. Go ahead and pass to our opponent. Yeah, Phyrexian Life's a card. How many annoying things can their deck have, right? pass. So the opponent's going to have a lot of time on their hands, which is not good. Part of that is because I punted by not playing my land on turn 1. Part of it is because they had the wonderful card Leyline of Sanctity. So they can't play around a soft Stubborn Denial, so I don't know if that's going to make Ruined Halo. Wow, they've just got all the hits, don't they? Alright, Stubborn Denial's a card. So we have, what, a Watery Grave left in our deck to go fetch. And our Death Shadow isn't currently doing anything, so I think we're just going to go ahead and pass. Eight mana, Overwhelming Splendor. Go get our last fetchable land here. Hey, Flooded Strand, just what I always wanted. Pass to our opponent as we sit there and watch them do absolutely nothing of relevance, because most of their damage is already done. So basically we're waiting to draw another Overwhelming Splendor. Silence. Nope. I think that was just a test spell, quite frankly. Come on, we have a billion cantrips in this deck. Can we draw one of them? I said cantrips, not lands. I don't think I care about Ghostly Prison right now. Serum Visions. Well, that's a card at least. Looking for Engineered Explosives. Well, I think I'm interested in... Yeah. I think I'm interested in both of these cards. Alright, so no Teamer Battle Rages on top. We're going to Snapcaster Serum Visions here. Sure, Darius, go ahead. And then... we'll still have Snap Stubborn Denial at the ready. if you actep, if you have a... Okay, we're interested in that Stubborn Denial. See if our opponent starts discarding cards. Probably. Yep. Trample and Swing. Okay. I think we gotta let Ruined Halo resolve here. We're pretty much locked in on finding one of our engineered explosives at some point anyway, so... They have planeswalkers with no defenders. Depends on who you attack. When you declare your attackers, you have to declare either the planeswalker or the player as your target. One, two, three, 5. Yeah, it definitely would be. Opponent has one card in hand. Sphere of Safety. I think we actually have to counter that one. Opponent's deck is very irritating once it gets a couple of enchantments in play. Very irritating. Hopefully... Alright, would you please pass priority back so I can counter your spell? Thanks. What's your follow-up play? Oh, of course. Alright, well, that was a fun game. How's everyone doing tonight? So we just got done being smacked around by Enduring Ideal there. But when they have +1/+1 until he says stop. Not really sure, honestly. Alright, what does this hand do? Yeah, this hand seems fine. We've got Steam Vents, Swamp. Wish our opponent good luck. Is this the mirror? Looks like it might be the mirror. Nope. Even worse. Hmm. So go ahead and get our steam vents here. And we mill over our blood crypt, which is important to know. So, opponent's most likely to take Inquisition here, I would guess. So whatever card they take will have 6. Can potentially play Gurmag Angler next turn. Alright, so they took Tassiger. Oh, they're blue-white control. That's... or Esper Control. That's even worse. Guess we Serum Vision. Yep, I'm in the market for both of those, I think. That was probably a mistake to actually top both of those. Because I have no way to lose life right now. Thought Scour, Serum Visions, Mana Leak. I think we take Mana Leak. What does Thought Scour tell me? That's kind of a weird one for Esper, isn't it? Yep, Serum Visions. Thought Scour's a bit of a weird one for them. Put a card on top and top. Alright, so... Two, three, 4, 5, 6. So our opponent left 2 cards on top and then played a fetch land. That is very interesting. Okay, so they're fetching away the 2 cards they topped. Alright. Sure. Just see a bunch of lands. Unfortunate part is we left a Death Shadow on top, second Death Shadow on top that we couldn't cast. So we know what our cards are, they're just not particularly very good right now, until we can lose some more life. Opponent goes to 9 here. So am I supposed to counter this Ancestral Visions, or let it resolve? I think I'm supposed to try to counter it, right? Because 4 looks at cards are just way too many. And if they, like, this opens us up to a path or something, I think I'm okay with that. Serum Visions, sure. Bottom, bottom. Hey, finally another land. It's pretty clear our opponent doesn't have Path, and they also don't have Supreme Verdict, I don't think. Unless they rip it here. So what is their game plan here? Are they going to try to block with Colonnade? That doesn't seem too terribly effective here. Alright, see what you got, opponent. Yeah, this looks like desperation, try to block with Colonnade moment. And dead. That was kind of anticlimactic. I've got to stop playing like garbage in this league. Alright, so we want the Lilianas. We want the Stubborn Denials. We want the Collective Brutality. Cards that are garbage. Some amount of the Teamer Battle Rages are kind of not great against the removal heavy decks, Path and Supreme Verdict and all that. Might leave one in, we'll see. Get some of these Fatal Pushes out of here. Terminate and Dismember. And Kolaghan's Command's fine, but it's not great in a matchup where most of their removal is exile-based, with Pact to Exile and Celestial Purge out of the board most likely. Disdainful Stroke, I don't think we know enough about their configuration to know if Stroke is worth it, because all it would hit for sure is some number of Cryptic commands, so I don't think that's worth bringing in. Go ahead and try it like this for now. We might bring Engineered if we see something like Detention Spheres and Maroon Halos and that stuff. Kind of stuff that we saw from our Enchantment opponent last round. Alright, Thoughtseize. Alright. So outside of Chalice on 1, I think this is a pretty decent hand for the matchup. Hopefully they don't have Ancestral Visions on 1 again, rather than have Serum Visions. Yep. Bottom and bottom. Alright, Death Shadow, pretty good start here. So if they had topped, I think there would have been some temptation to... Alright, Tasigur, Path to Exile. This hand is interesting. So, they can't cast Lingering Souls right now. which even if we could, I don't think we'd want to set them up to what is the take here? 1, 2, 3. They're a little ways off from casting Tasigur. So I'm going to 16 here. I guess I take Path here. The next turn we can set up to take Push. Take Push, play out. Oh, Inquisition. Well, that kind of blows things up. Oh, good old Inky. Goodbye, Death Shadow. So long, we barely knew you. Might be Snapcaster Mage here, right? So what cards do we bring in against... Alright, so they take Snappy. They take Snap, but don't leave mana up for Fatal Push. Alright. Tasigur. Well then. Does that change the equation? I think we get Blood Crypt here. So, Thought Scour plus Tasigur seems reasonable. Mill another Snapcaster Mage. So what cards am I leaving in my graveyard? Probably just 2, 3, 4. Probably just leave Thoughtseize, I guess, because so our opponent can play their own Tasigur, which kind of nullifies ours. I guess that was kind of dumb on my part. Oh, looks like they're just going to go straight for Lingering Souls. Yep, Souls that linger. Another Death Shadow is not bad here. So I think I'm going to choose to get greedy here and try to hit a land. It's not the land we're looking for, so Street Wraith, cycle, draw another Thoughtseize. Not precisely what we want here, but see, Tasigur and Fatal Push. Just take Tasigur here. Leave them with Fatal Push Colonnade. Pass. So they can flashback Souls, or they can leave up Fatal Push. Looks like they're going to leave up Fatal Push. Nope, attack with Spirit and get in with... Alright. Fair enough. Snapcaster Mage isn't horrible here. Go ahead and Thoughtseize here. Opponent's got like a Mana Link or something. Snapcaster. Path. Snapcaster is disgusting here. Alright, so they're going to path our dude. Hmm. Play out a Death Shadow. So this is probably going to get pathed here. It's probable we should have actually left back, Which card do I actually want here? Guess we get the Island. Flashback on themselves. Alright, so they're a little more creature heavy than we thought. Flashback souls. Getting chip shot for 3 here. Which means us we're dead next turn. Well, I mean, they have 1 card in hand. There's no 1 card that would have saved us in this situation. I guess one line I could have taken would have been to play Death Shadow, but I think we still lose to what our opponent had. So, we'll pass. Hope they don't attack with all their spirits for some reason. Yep. Alright. Dead to good old Lingering Souls. So, Temur Battle Rage would have been good in that spot. Serum Visions into... not much. Alright. So now that we know our opponent is playing a more mid-rangey deck, does that change the equation? I don't think Liliana is quite as good now. So maybe we take her out. How do we want to go about attacking Lingering Souls? Probably want... So, bring these Fatal Pushes out. They're kind of garbage against most of their creatures. Probably want Temur Battle Rage, Terminate, and Dismember for that stuff, and then Engineered Explosives, and is it Staticaster? Is there anything else Engineered Explosives couldn't clean up besides Lingering Souls tokens? Go ahead and bring that in. There's some consideration for these Kolaghan's commands, but what am I cutting then? Maybe like 1 Street Wraith for that. Try it like that. So our opponent is more Esper mid-range than Esper actual factual control, so... Alright. One lander. Sure, think we'll keep. It's risky, but we'll keep. Mulligans to 6. Opponent. So we'll lead on Steam Vents. go ahead and I think we'll opt. We might Stubborn Denial if they like try to play a discard spell here. Which looks like they very well may. Or they're holding up Fatal Push. I think Opt gives us the best chance to hit a land in this spot. Thoughtseize is a great card, but it's going to the bottom. Alright, so we hit a land. Land is good. Thoughtscour is a reasonable card here. Fetch, get Watery Grave. I'm gonna have Thoughtscour here. Alright. Just trying to think of what our opponent's line could possibly be here. See if they make any moves going to combat. Nope. Alright, so go ahead and Thoughtscour here. Stubborn Denial. I think we're just going to pass. Seems like a weird play, but if our opponent goes to Thoughtscour here, I might be tempted to Stubborn Denial it. Just as a matter of course. I don't want them filling their own Tassigers, pretty much. So that was the main concern here. Yeah, because they could very easily have played their own Tassiger here. So it looks like we may have stifled their play lines. Maybe. Not counting on it, but we could have. Watery Grave untapped. Get this, that, and guess Opt doesn't really matter when we have Thoughtscour, right? They're going to Mana Leak this. Looks like the answer to that is yes. Sure. Nope. Play out Death Shadow. Pass to our opponent. Alright. See if our opponent's got something like Fatal Push or something here. Guess we'll just Thoughtscour ourselves. Not like we can protect anything this turn anyway. Hit a fetch land. Fatal Push, huh? This is really flippin' annoying to have to do. Our opponent is taking a very, very weird line. Stubborn denial. Actually, this does nothing, does it? Wow, so annoying. I just wasted Snapcaster Mage and they played around. Stubborn denial. Cool. Alright. Wow. What kind of game are we playing against here? Opponent gets to look at all of our wonderful cards. And I Snapcaster Thought Scour Stubborn Denial for absolutely no reason. Why would you... I don't know. Surgical Extraction seems like a bit of a stretch in this matchup. See what we draw here. Seriously, opponent? You know I have a Stubborn Denial here. Why would you even do that? So we took away half of a Lingering Souls for all the good it'll do us here. Why wouldn't you Flashback Souls here? That's kind of dumb. Yep. So now we're out. Yeah. We have a mess on our hands, that's for sure. Opponent might think we drew a Kolaghan's Command there. Plus they're just winning this race as is, so... Sure, Stubborn Denial, great card. Not when half the threats of your deck are removed from the game. Alright, that's enough of this. Alright, I'll be right back in a second. Alright, I'm back. How's everyone doing tonight? Getting ready for Christmas Eve here. Wherever you are in the world, about Christmas Eve in about 2 minutes here on the east coast of the U.S. Sorry, I had to take a quick breather there. There's very few things in the world are more annoying than not just losing, but like having your entire deck like shut down. It's part of the reason why I think I despise playing against Lantern so much. Is I'd rather lose to like infect or burn or something along the lines where you can at least the game's over, as opposed to like getting locked out by enchantments and having all your threats surgically extracted, you know, stuff like that. Just feels like you're playing Magic, but you're not really, so. And there were certainly, with Death Shadow, there's a lot of small play lines. I made some small sequencing mistakes. Like, I should have realized that my opponent was planning on surgically extracting my stuff, so. What does this hand do? Magic Online sometimes doesn't stay where it's supposed to. Alright, this hand has interaction and a couple of threats, so. I mean, it's not the quintessential Death Shadow hand. What I find funny is I've increased the number of cantrips in this deck, but I haven't seen anywhere near the amount of... Oh, Storm. Delightful. Alright, Snapcaster's a card. I mean, we've got decent interaction for Storm, but we could still easily, foreseeably lose this game. Alright. Go ahead and Inquisition you. Alright. Well then. This isn't Storm. Welcome to the O2 bracket, ladies and gentlemen. Seismic Swans. Treasure Hunt. Alright, Seismic Assault. Fortunately, we're going to get to take that before they get that card. Inquisition you. Take your Seismic Assaults. So you got 4 cards in hand. One, two, three, four. So, like, one Stubborn Denial would probably come close to locking this game up. Okay. Another Seismic Assault. Death Shadow. So now I'm in that awkward spot where I need to Alright, let's get a Blood Crypt here. Snapcast this back. So I need to draw another fetch land for a couple different reasons. mainly to kill that swans and to turn our Death Shadow on would be nice. Here comes Swans of Burn Our Ghoul. Just kind of stops our offense for right now. The source would deal damage. Prevent that damage. Source's controller draws that many. Will the damage prevent this way? Tassiger's not horrible here. So I think I'm going to attack with Snapcaster. Hope they block. Because I would absolutely love to draw 2 cards here. Nope, opponent's not interested in letting us do that. Guess we'll go ahead and play out Tassiger, even though it's not the best clock in the world. Alright. Helps if I tap black mana. So I probably should have gotten Blood Crypt, another small sequencing error. But with Grixis Shadow, those add up rather quickly. Alright, opponent gets in with swans here. Hopefully they didn't draw another one. Nope. Thought Scour, target ourselves. Gurmag Angler. Get in for 6 here. Play out our Death Shadow. The heck does our opponent have here? Lightning Bolt, turning Death Shadow. And I am in that awkward spot where I don't have black mana, so I can't punish them by killing their swans here. Alright, hopefully. The wrong part is if our opponent had another bolt here, we were just dead. Alright, they go to 13. Snapcaster Mage. Alright. So we need to draw... Do I just deploy Gurmag Angler here? Because Gurmag would be lethal. Would force them to... potentially hold back. Whereas... No, I think we'll just play Snapcaster on their end step, whether it be either Snapcaster Thought Scour or Snapcaster drops us to 2. Yeah, I gotta go for Snapcaster here. I mean, if they have Bolt, we're dead. Any number of cards here, we're dead. Thought Scour. Alright. Opponent concedes. Would have milled 2 lands. Find another Snapcaster Mage. Alright, so we're up against Seismic Swans. So, their deck is predicated around playing Seismic Assault, Swans of Burns Argol, and Magna Vortex, which is Seismic Assault with a mana cost. So we probably want Engineered Explosives. Definitely want Stubborn Denial. Probably want Lily, just to stop their creaturing nonsense. Question is, what do we not want? So, some number of Fatal Push, or maybe just all the Fatal Pushes, since we have to trigger Revolt to kill their Swans, and maybe we just go shave a Battle Rage, shave a Street Wraith. Try it like this. Alright, so yeah, we'll keep this hand. Opponent with Temple, see what they do with it. 0-2 because I suck. Mainly because we got locked out of games. I made some small errors, but I ended up getting locked out of both game 3s against my opponents. My enchantment opponent was able to get around the fact that I didn't have Stubborn Denial and I only had Disdainful Stroke, and got down like a couple of different like things that this card doesn't deal damage, this card doesn't deal damage, this card doesn't deal damage. And then they landed, finally were able to land a turn where I had to counter a Sphere of Safety, and they were able to land a Enduring Ideal, go get Form of the Dragon, and from there we couldn't get win. And then against our Esper mid-range opponent, third game we got Surgical Extracted on Death Shadow, and then Surgical Extracted on Snapcaster Mage. Against a matchup with Lingering Souls, it's already pretty annoying. Alright, so opponent's got Seismic Assault and Swans. Take the Seismic Assault because we have the Swans pretty well covered here. And our opponent put a card on top, so that is something to consider here. It's possible I should have Thought Scour them there. How are you doing this Christmas Eve, Cool Twerp? Where are you at in the world? Is it Christmas Eve there yet? Hopefully it's not Seismic Assault that they topped. So next turn we get to Snapcaster Thoughtseize. So So we milled an Angler and a Thought Scour and draw. Alright, so there aren't too many red sources I actually need to get, so I'm going to get Swamp on the off chance they're playing something goofy like I'm hoping they have something in their hand besides just the single swans. Oh, double swans. Sure. So our Liliana got to come down, take care of their Swans of Bernard Ghoul, and then get to start Snapcaster beats, which are admittedly a little slow. I was gonna say, hopefully this is Swans. If it's not, we're really up a Dismember, huh? Play out Liliana here, Edict them, start our slow. Would really like to find Death Shadow or something along those lines here, but I can't really risk going any lower against a deck with a known deck with bolts and such. So I think I'm going to fetch Steam Vents here, since I have more than enough black mana. Alright, Terminate's not a horrible card, I suppose. Cast Thought Scour, targeting ourselves. Draw land. Alright. Move to Liliana. Pitch phase. Get rid of the land here. See if our opponent pitches the island we know about. They in fact do, so we know nothing about our opponent's hand now. It's to scry here. Card on the bottom. We draw a Thoughtseize, not exactly what we're in the market for here. We get rid of the Thoughtseize. Opponent's got to decide which land they wanted to get rid of. Is it bad I'd even settle for a Street Wraith at this point? Alright, Molten Vortex is an annoying card. Love to draw. Alright, they're going at our face, sure. Alright, Gurmag Angler might turn this into a game. Gurmag Angler, get rid of that, and that. Doesn't particularly matter. Pitch Thoughtseize here. Seven and 7. So our opponent's probably going to have to kill Snapcaster Mage here if they did draw a land. And if they drew a non-land, it's actually pretty bad for them right now. Yep. They had to kill Snapcaster Mage here because our clock is actually faster than theirs right now. I think Team Battle Rage will about wrap this up. Go ahead and discard this. Discard the Dismember. It's all kind of arbitrary here. And they're just gonna dome us here. Yep. Alright, opponent's dead. Finally getting on the school board here. And Stubborn Denial to boot, so. Alright. Undo. Helps if I pay a red mana genius. Alright. On to match number 4. So, I hope everyone's going to have a good holiday season. Got one more day of work tomorrow on Christmas Eve, and then get a couple of days off, so that'll be nice. Spend time with family on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. Get to stream a little bit here and there. I wish our thing would quit sliding over here. So, we on the play or the draw here? Thank you, Magic Online, for being difficult this evening. Death Shadow. All these black cards. We'll risk it because we're on the draw. If we hit a land, or fetch land, this hand's pretty decent. And as I say that, we probably are playing against Storm. At least that's what Scalding Tarn typically means anymore. Inquisition of Kozilek. Really want to hit a land here. Alright, Street Wraith. Opponent's gonna know we're on some type of strategy here. Most likely Death Shadow from our opening. Opponent gets Steam Vents here. Tapped. Still have no... Oh, Jeskai. Well, we're playing all the greatest hits tonight, aren't we? See if our punishment is complete now. Huh! Yeah, this is only fair. I kept a greedy one-lander and get punished. So, guess we'll pitch one of our Tassigers here. Yep, they get to opt. Discard Tassiger. Doo-doo-doo. Hey, we drew a land. Go ahead and Inquisition our opponent here. Figuring this likely probably gets countered. Main leak or remand? Nope, logic not. Yep. Why wouldn't you fetch your fetch land here? That doesn't make a lot of sense here. So that would give you the option of leaving opt in your graveyard. Alright, so they didn't play Geist, so maybe we're still in this game. Well, let's try for Tassiger. It's probably not resolving, but we can at least try, right? Oh. It resolves. I'm guessing that means getting pathed. No path. What kind of hand does our opponent have over there? Alright, Thought Scour's a card. We'll go ahead and get in with an attack here first, before we take down our Thought Scour shield. Yeah, sure. Now, I think I'm getting an... Am I getting island or swamp here? Get the swamp. So I can put myself down to 10, but I don't think that's a reason enough to try to play out Death Shadow here, because then things like Bolt and such actually, they're going to Lightning Helix us here, or just flat out bolt us. Spell Queller. Or Electrolyze. Okay, sure. Thoughtseize, that's a good card to lead off on. Are you really gonna Spell Queller this? Okay, sure. May as well get Watery Grave here. Alright. Thoughtseize us. Oh, wow. Well, that's quite a hand. So what do I actually take here? That is quite the hand, opponent. Alright, so we can play out Death Shadow any which way we play it. It's dying. If we take Path, they have to burn Snapcaster, Path. Yes, I think it takes just Path here this turn. And if they want to kill it, they have to Snapcaster, Path, and this might open them up to a couple different lines where we could actually kill them at some point. Because literally the only play this leaves them at the end of turn is Lightning Bolt. So. Which, to be fair, actually Bolt Colonnade would kill us here. So. Maybe that was the incorrect play to make. Alright, I mean, let's go ahead and attack with Death Shadow here. Alright. Sure. Do you draw another burn spell, opponent? I mean, we're going to 1 here. Nothing I can do about that. Alright. Alright, so we know Cryptic is one of their cards in hand. So this basically tells me that's the line you took. Alright. And you are dead, opponent. Stubborn Denial. And I know the card in your hand is Cryptic Command, so you are dead, friend. Guess I respect the line they were trying to take, but I don't think this was going to work any which way. I suppose if they had like Path plus Burn Spell, this would get us here. No, not even Path plus Burn Spell would have done it. Concession incoming. Alright, so Jeskai. We're not 100% sure. There's Spellquellers and Snapcaster Mages, which means Verdicts are probably not in their main. They may very well be a Geist deck. So I think I'm interested in at least 1 Engineered Explosives. Probably interested in Brutality. Interested in the Stubs. Probably Lily of the Veil. Probably can cut some number of Wraiths, because they will incidentally deal us damage, and then cut some number of removal. Probably cut like 2 Fatal Pushes. Roll it like this. If they're for sure on Geist, we might be able to bring in either a Pyroclasm or another Engineered Explosives to clean up the board. But we're not sure what their like tertiary win con is. Like, we don't know if it's Geist, we don't know if it's Gideon the Trials, if they have Gideon Jura. Yeah, we're keeping this hand. Definitely keeping this hand. Why did I just type high and good luck again? Alright, so how are we sequencing this? Opponent's going to 6 and keeps a card on top. So we're getting Watery Grave either way. Now the question is, am I cycling Street Wraith here before? I think the answer is yes. Alright, so we hit our 3rd land. Let's go ahead and Inquisition them. Geist, Bolt, Helix. Take the Geist. Play around the burn spells to the best of our ability. There's a good chance whatever they left on top was a red source, or an ability to find a red source. Yeah. So now I'm in the awkward spot. Okay, 13. If I do this, Go to 12. Thoughtseize. One of your 2 spells here. Get Lightning Helix. So your hand is Bolt, Island, Plains. I don't think I'm supposed to run out Death Shadow here. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and pass. I can opt and then next turn snap Inquisition. Alright, so they drew a red source, which is fine. Still don't understand why you'd play out Scalding Tarn. Unless I guess you're trying to thin your deck, so Terminate. I think I'm in the market for Terminate. It covers me against a certain portion of what our opponent's doing. Something like Spell Queller or something later on in the game. Thoughtseize. Not particularly in the market for Thoughtseize here. So I'm just going to go to 9. I'm not going any lower than this, but I want to be able to play out my Death Shadow without getting bolted here. So opponent. Okay, there's the island we know about. Thoughtseize. Maybe I should board out some number of the Thoughtseizes in this matchup. Opponent's fetching. Is fetching to thin or fetching to make a move? Fetching to thin, looks like. Wow, opponent has drawn pretty poorly, admittedly. I think I'm supposed to snap opt here. Just to... My opponent wants to kill my Death Shadow. I don't have a stub right now anyway, so... Alright, Cryptic Command here. Just draw, bounce. Card target spell, draw a card. Alright, sure. Alright, Stubby D helps the plan. So I actually missed 2 points of damage here, which is... Opponent would be at 9, which I guess isn't relevant, but... This doesn't really change. If their hand is only Lightning Bolt, then this is annoying, but... Probably gonna fetch Basic Mountain, bolt my face. Yep. Wonder if their hand's just 2 lands. Their hand is Helix Bolt. So I take the Helix here. See, I care about bolts, but Helix is more like relevant to what they're trying to do. Alright. Path to Exile. Alright. So we know our opponent's hand's bolt. We're at 4. A relative 4, I should say. Opponent concedes? Okay. I think that concession was a bit premature on our opponent's part. Because, I mean, yeah, we have 2 cards in hand, but they could be 2 lands for all they know. That was a bizarre concession. Especially since, I mean, they've got other Path to Exiles, they've got other Snapcaster Mages, other Cryptic Commands as outs. So that's why I'm like sitting here going, okay, that was a bit of a premature concession. So this hand's pretty decent. We've got Thought Scour into... Yeah. I mean, outside of removal, this hand's pretty much got everything. Let's go ahead and pass. Basic Island Go. Alright, terminates, not a bad draw. So am I supposed to wait one more turn? 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think I'll go ahead and wait one more turn here. Grab our Steam Vents. Play out Serum Visions here. Thoughtseize will give me additional protection. And Thought Scour gives me a little bit of Island. What have you got going on over there, opponent? Alright, so they're a blue-white control deck. I was admittedly curious, now I'm just like... annoyed isn't quite the word, but... see what they choose to do here. Snapcaster Mage, search for his Kanta, Opt, Mana Leak, and Cryptic Command. Don't care at the moment. Sorta care. Don't care. Care. Don't care. Alright, I guess the answer is to play out. Actually. and then that. Alright. Play big zombie fish. Zombie fish go. Opponent is casting Opt, don't care. Put a card on top, so maybe Path to Exile. Nope, another Opt. Alright. So our opponent opted to keep an Op on top. Alright, search for his Kanta, which means we can't afford to play around too terribly much. If our opponent draws in the Supreme Verdict, it could get ugly. Really need to hit like a Thoughtseize or a Snapcaster Mage in the next draw step. Go ahead and terminate this. Put our opponent to 4, so now they're going to have to either Cryptic, put an Elspeth in the graveyard. So this looks like it's just straight up blue-white. Gideon? Alright. Gideon Fog. Well, that's cool, but unfortunate. Field of Ruin. Pieces of the Puzzle is an interesting one. So 1, 2. Opponent puts Pieces of the Puzzle and Spell Snare into their hand. Cryptic Command. Get our island here. Looking for Snapcaster Mage. Nope. Opponent gets too many draws with this. Other pieces of the puzzle, probably. Yep. See what they hit here. Manleak, search for his Kanta. Guess getting into the trials would theoretically buy them time. Ooh, my. Alright, so you're dead? Is that what you're saying? And puts Path to Exile in their hand. Yes. Go Swamp. And Concession. Alright, so our opponent is a Pieces of the Puzzle. Interesting. Very, very interesting. I definitely played against enough control decks tonight. So we want the stubs, want the strokes, want the brutality, probably want Liliana. Engineered, we didn't see Spreading Seas out of them. Teamer Battle Rage, can take it or leave it. Probably cut, terminate, and dismember. Actually, I probably want to leave like one dismember in for Gideon's. And cut a couple of fatal pushes. Maybe just... I don't think we're going to beat Gideon by killing him in combat anyway. And shave a Street Wraith. No. Yeah, I guess a Street Wraith's the next best cut. Yeah, this is the kind of hand we want. It's a little land heavy, but seems fine. Alright. Opt is not a bad card. Go get Watery Grave here. Play Serum Visions. Okay, Inquisition, Polluted Delta, Snapcaster Mage. I'm interested in Snapcaster Mage here. And pass. Hopefully opponent doesn't have Search for his Kanta here, but they probably do. That or Rest in Peace would be annoying. Fair enough. Means Snapcaster Mage is less exciting. Also means their Search for his Kanta isn't quite as good, so there is that. Tassiger's obviously a pretty awful draw here. Inquisition you. Path, opt. Unfortunately, our opponent hit a Fatal Push. Feels like kind of a garbage card in this spot. Get Blood Crypt here. Play out Death Shadow. Sure, cast your 1 opt. Put the card on top. Cast your other opt. Plays Celestial Colonnade, plays another opt. Alright. I think I'm going to go ahead and opt in response to this particular opt. Alright. You know, Thoughtseize or a Stubborn Denial here. Alright, Stubborn Denial covers me pretty good. Let's go ahead and Inquisition them, see what they've got going on over there. Pieces of the Puddle, yeah, Pieces of the Puddle. Pieces of the Puddle, yeah, Pieces of the Puddle, that's a dangerous card. Alright, so hopefully they just go like land, try to slam Gideon here. Grixis to Shadow, yo. We got them all after board. Go ahead and run out Shadow here. See what our opponent draws. Alright. Ambush Viper go. I mean, I'm not doing anything else with it. See if our opponent's recourse is activating Colonnade here. Looks like the answer to that is yes. And you're dead. See if this will finally let me actually after board. Alright, so wrap up. Grixis Death Shadow's a deck. I mean, the first couple of matchups, I punted some. I had some sequencing issues, etc. I wasn't playing my sharpest. We did play a bizarre matchup in the Nykthos Enduring Ideal, or is it Enduring Renewal? Enduring Ideal, the epic spell. That was a bit of a bizarre matchup. We didn't draw any pressure game 3, and they were just able to lock us out. I mean, we had Snap and Liliana, but we really need, like, I think I had Death Shadow in play, but it was locked down by Rune Halo. It's a really bizarre deck to play around. We don't have enough, I mean, if we would have drawn one of our Engineered Explosives in a timely manner, but they were able to resolve Enduring Ideal, go get Form of the Dragon, and then we're just kind of dead at that point, because we can't attack them, we don't have enough burn to kill them. And then against that Esper mid-range deck, there were some sequencing issues. I screwed up with my one Snapcaster Mage going for Stubborn Denial when they had 1 mana up, and I had no creature in play. Probably should have gone for like Opt or something. I don't know how relevant it would have been, because they end up like surgicaling our Death Shadows and then surgicaling our Snapcaster Mages. So, I don't think we were winning that match anyway, but there were some sequencing issues that I needed to clean up next time we play Shadow. Overall, I think this... I wasn't sure how I'd like the Opt build over the Serum Vision, just the 4 Serum Visions, 4 Thought Scour. I think it was pretty... It's pretty fluid. You know, having that many cantrips at instant speed is pretty nice. So I think we might give this build another run here next time we stream. That way we've done like 2 leagues in a row with Grixis Delver, 2 leagues in a row with Grixis Shadow. Give them a fair comparison. Yes, I know overall the Grixis Shadow deck's the better deck, but wanted to compare them side by side right after each other to see how they are. Beyond that, is there anything in the sideboard that really didn't perform? The sideboard seems pretty well balanced. I don't know. I mean, the 1-of Pyroclasm I didn't bring in, but there are a lot of matchups where it's relevant. Is it Statcaster? I brought it in against Lingering Souls decks. Beyond that, didn't bring it in, but we didn't see a lot of small creature decks. We just saw a whole lot of control. We saw, what, Jeskai Control, we saw Esper Midrange Control, we saw Blue-White Control, and then we saw Enduring Ideal and Seismic Swans. So, not a good representation of the metagame, but then again, when you lose your first 2 matchups, you tend to get paired against some weird stuff. So, I think that's going to be it for tonight. Thanks everyone for hanging out. I hope everyone has a very good Christmas holiday, or whatever holiday you happen to celebrate. Hope to get to spend time with friends and family. We'll probably be streaming again tomorrow evening sometime. Beyond that, feel free to check out our YouTube channel. Feel free to hit the follow button here on Twitch. And if you really like what we're doing here on the channel, feel free to hit that subscribe button. It would be really awesome and help support the content. So, thanks everyone for tuning in, and hope to catch everyone again soon. Good night, and Merry Christmas.